Federal authorities will conduct a civil rights review of last year's police shooting that claimed the life of an unarmed black man in Sacramento, California. The decision comes just one day after the state's attorney general's office declined to file charges against the two officers who shot and killed Stephon Clark. RT's Ashlee Banks brings us the latest. Ashlee?
Federal authorities announced they will conduct a civil rights review of the police shooting death of Stephon Clark. The federal probe will examine the results of both the state and local investigations and will determine whether Clark's federal civil rights were violated. 22-year-old Clark was fatally shot by Sacramento police officers on March 18, 2018, in his grandparents' backyard. Officers fired 22 shots, striking Clark 7 times. The officers claimed he was holding a gun. However, it was later determined he was actually holding a cell phone. The Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert announced the officers involved would not be charged, adding they did not commit a crime. Speaking at a news conference, Schubert said officers are often forced to make split-second decisions, and the public should recognize they are under tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving circumstances.
But I want people to understand the fact that no criminal charges will be filed in this case does not diminish in any way the tragedy, the anger, the frustration that we've heard since the time of his death.
Many are not happy with the DA's decision to not file charges against the two officers who killed Clark, and they aren't happy with the way police have handled the demonstrations. Earlier this week, 84 protesters and one reporter were detained after demonstrations broke out in Sacramento over Clark's death. At least 100 demonstrators took to the streets to protest the district attorney's decision and call for the firing of the two officers responsible for Clark's death. Eyewitnesses and local reporters who were there on the scene say the protest was peaceful until demonstrators were allegedly corralled by Sacramento police as officers hurled death threats at them. After the protest, residents gathered at a city council meeting on Tuesday to voice their frustrations.
Are you going to really support black issues, or are you just going to call for community healing when another one of your dogs that you let off their leashes kills us?
At this time, police are still carrying out an internal review of what took place. Sacramento's police chief Daniel Hahn says it's still possible the two officers involved could ultimately be fired from the force. Reporting in Washington, Ashlee Banks, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.